Welcome to IT by Design's Culture and Career Corner with CEO Sunny Kayla. Today's guest is Kevin Sandhu, Senior Technical Team Lead at IT by Design. Today, they chat about culture, lessons learned, solving problems for partners, and so much more. Over to you, Sunny.
Kavandeep, I truly appreciate you joining my podcast today.
Thank you, Sunny, for having me. It's a pleasure, as always.
Yeah, so I want to start with a big thank you for joining our ITBD community. You are a wonderful, wonderful community member, and we truly, truly value you, appreciate you, and we also, appreciate the impact that you have made on the entire ITBD community. Our three pillars: our internal community, our partner community, and our strategic partners.
Thank you, Sunny, for your kind words. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure, and it's wonderful to be part of this beautiful community. And together, we are growing, so that's the best part.
Yeah, it's almost a decade, Kevin. Just one more
Yes.
to go. And
Exactly.
I still remember though when you joined back in the days
Back-
at ITBD. That was 2013, right?
Exactly. I'm happy that you remember the year, but to be precise, it was February 19th, 2013.
So let's start with culture. You know how passionate I am for people and culture, and doing everything that I can every single day, learning and doing how to create that better environment and keep transforming our environment. And how would you describe ITBD culture?
Well, Sunny, I still remember when you mentioned, and when I was part of our culture team. Remember the first team that we started in a cultural event,
Yeah.
and overall, you mentioned. I think you summed it up beautifully. That culture is a feeling, right? And I agree to it that it's a feeling, and when you are together in a culture where you find individuals who are in sync with your vision, with you, that means you're in the right place. So
Mhm.
overall, I think that is somewhat, I will again echo your words, that it's a feeling. And that's one of the reasons it's been 9 years, and it doesn't feel like 9 years, right? Because it's like the culture that I'm in. I'm happy here, and overall, things are moving in the right direction.
Yeah. So, yes, yeah. I'm glad that you remembered from our culture team days, that culture initiative that we have taken, where, so for viewers where they don't know about ITBD, what we do is we take a quarterly survey, as we call it, culture engagement survey. We take things so it's employee voice, our team members' voice, and we kind of consolidated and involved some volunteers, and Kevin contributed as a volunteer there. And we take some items and we kind of work on those initiatives and report back on our progress to improve things that our ITBD community needs improvement, or where they tell us, okay, this is where we can do better. So that's what we're talking about. But let's go back to, if culture is a feeling, and so elaborate on that a little bit. What kind of feelings are you getting?
Happy feelings.
Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, when we look at things from a different perspective, everyone has a different views,
Yeah.
and opinions. And in my from my set of eyes, I'll say culture is somewhat within you. You need to have a kind of a vision which you feel like there's a again, I'll go back to one of our greatest quotes. I would say, be the change you want to be in a situation where, be a kind of a do things which you feel is good, that ultimately will become a culture at some point, right? So if you are good, you will try to bring good people on board,
Yeah.
right? So when those group of individuals, when they come together, they will build their own culture, right?
Yeah.
They will bring their own thoughts, their ideas, and ultimately those will change into a culture.
Yeah.
So overall, I'm very happy, and very proud of to be part of ITBD's culture.
Yeah, but what are your few favorite things? Right? When you look at the overall company
Mhm.
culture, what are your, what are your favorite things about culture?
Our core values for sure. I mean, happy, humble, accountable, passionate, positivity, and your community. I think that sums up everything that, how we want to be, part of this community wherein we are being humble, right? That's something that's the very essence of everything, I believe. Then being accountable and staying positive, and also being passionate about the work that you're doing. And I myself, I always go ahead and I do things where I'm happy, and that will ultimately give me the chance to do the work, passionate work that I want to do, right? And then obviously our community. So that's something that I'm very passionate about, wherein I want to help our community to grow,
Yeah.
and that's one of the reasons we all are here.
Talk to me about your life journey. I know you started at a very, like an average family person, and where you are now, a senior technical lead. That's a really nice delta that you have created for yourself, where you
Mhm.
were and where you are today. So talk
Right.
to me a little bit about journey. So yes.
Great. Thank you, Sunny. Um, Before that, I just want to say one thing, that we need to remember that good things will take time,
Yeah.
right? So be patient, stay focused. And as for my journey, I'm very happy that overall it's been a roller coaster ride, because everyone has a different, we all are on a different journey altogether.
Yeah.
And my journey started up, I born in a Sikh family, 1983, 21st April, the date when I was born. And I grew up in Chandigarh. I completed my post-graduation in MSc IT. So being in IT is obviously what I was made for. And I started my professional career back in 2007 with Dell Computers, and overall learned many things from that experience. And then at a point, I decided that I need to switch, because I wanted to get into servers. And servers was something that I always loved to get my hands dirty on. So at Dell, after spending 5 years, I decided that I need to move on. I need to grow in my career, and that's when I decided to choose IT by design. And I'm very happy that Sid, who referred me, he constantly he pushed that, Kevin, you need to be part of this community. And I'm very happy that my decision turned out to be a great one. And in 2013, February 19, I started my journey with IT by design. And I started as a level 1 engineer. And overall, the initial phase was not easy, because my background was into desktop and laptop support. So it was not a kind of a hardcore IT support wherein you're working on servers. So first 6 months was very tough. Then I decided that I need to get myself trained. Then I got myself enrolled into MCITP. For 6 months, I got myself trained, and then slowly and gradually, everything started to make sense when I was resetting the password, working on Active Directory, Exchange. So everything started to make sense, and then I understood one thing that's very crucial and very important for everyone to understand, that learning is the key, right? If you want to achieve something, you can, but you need to have the knowledge,
Hmm.
right? And from there on, I never looked back. I kept on learning new technologies. Whenever I used to get free time, I used to watch videos, something that was educational, right? And from there on, from L1, then again, I moved on to be part of MDE process. And if you remember, Sunny, the first MD partner I was for IT, right?
Yeah.
And one of the first engineers being part of this division makes me feel very proud and privileged that I got that kind of opportunity, where I learned a lot of new technologies. I started working on virtualization, right? apart from exchange, I also started doing migration. So that's the beauty of our culture, that we are giving exposure to the individuals on so many technologies that they can get themselves trained on. But ultimately, it's the self-training that is very important. So you need, don't wait for the other person to train you. Get yourself trained, right? That's also something that my learning that I want to share with everyone who's watching this video, that you need to invest on yourself. Don't wait for the miracles to happen, just make it happen, right? And that's the key, and that's where I believe that that self-belief is very important. If you want to achieve something, then again, that passion, our core value, comes into the picture. I was so passionate that I want to learn exchange. I did not wait for anyone to teach me. I knew one thing, that if I want to learn, I need to get myself trained. So from there on, I started like in L1, then L1 plus, then L2, then L2 plus. So I kept on climbing the ladder, and after that, an IGP, was there for TTL role. Then I got selected, and then from ATTL to and then ATTL, then TTL, then now senior TTL. So this journey is somewhat very interesting and challenging, of course, because if you have challenges in your life, then that means you are on the right path. And I also want to say something, that true strength is gained through struggles. So if you want to gain that strength, then struggle has to be part of your life.
My follow-up question with the overall life journey, right? So great advice there, a lot of wisdom to unpack. And when I look at the career side of your life journey, so how has your career accelerated since working with ITBD?
Absolutely, Sunny. I mean, overall, as I mentioned, working on the different technologies, right, that really helped me. Where I was 9 years ago and where I am right now, I mean, it's a great change. It's a great feeling that I've gone through that period, that phase of my life wherein it was challenging and struggle. But overall, you need to look at things from a different perspective, right? If you ask me 9 years, Kevin, where you see yourself, I could have said something else, I could have said something like, I'll be a kind of a level 3 engineer, right? But look at the time and look at right now, I'm a senior technical team lead, right? So things change, things will come to you if you are patient enough. And also you need to grab onto the opportunities when they're given to you. If I would have not opted for the IJP, then I would have not landed where I am right now, right? So overall, with the exposure and with the experience that I've gained, my career, it skyrocketed. I mean, like first 2 years, it just skyrocketed because I had the knowledge, right? Because within 2 years, I had so much knowledge that I can correlate that back in Dell when I was learning. The knowledge that I gained over here was something totally at a different level.
Yeah.
So for me, it changed everything after 2 years. And then I started looking things from a different perspective, that, okay, Kevin, again, one more thing that I would like to share with this community, that you need to introspect. That's something that's very important for everyone who's listening, that you need to, pause, just pause for a second, or maybe for a minute or two, not for 1 second, obviously, but again, pause and then introspect what you did good, what could have been better, and how can you improve on yourself.
And I truly appreciate you, Kevin, and thank you so much for coming and sharing your life experiences with our next generation. And you take care and have an amazing day.
Thank you, Sunny, and thank you once again for having me. You stay happy, stay blessed, and obviously stay healthy. That's very important. And last but not the least, stay HAPPY, happy.